Hi, Tanya. Good to see you. Hello, hello. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. I'm pretty sure you can, but I've always got to check. I don't want to be talking to myself. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Hello, hello. Hi, Hi, Tanya. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I know I always say this. This is an impromptu live because I never know when I'm going to go live, but I have a few things to say. Excellent, perfect. Let me know where you're coming in from. So I'm talking about boundaries with your co-parent. Age-old problem, age-old issue. Yep, I get it, I understand. We don't have to talk about the problems there. Seattle, my dad lives in Seattle, in Auburn. You can hear me, excellent. Virginia, Iowa, hello, hello. Bay Area, lovely. So boundaries. Something happened with a past client of mine. Oh, you're in Australia, Emma. Good to see you. Me too. Yeah, so setting boundaries. There's something that you might resonate with because I think it happens to every single person at some point or other in their journey. So when you have children of school age and there may be an app for communicating certain things that are happening, both parents have access to the app. That's the assumption. You download the app, you're a parent or a guardian, so you have the responsibility to go and download the app yourself and then look at the app and open the things in the app and the notifications and take the action on what needs to happen. Now, you may be in a situation, like my client has been, where Texas, excellent, where the co-parent makes up the excuse that they cannot get into the app or they don't look at the notifications. And then basically when the shit hits the fan, it becomes your fault when they missed something, an appointment or something had to be done or whatever it may be. Now let me know here if that has been your experience, because I think we've all been there. It's your fault. No, it's not my fucking fault. It's your phone, your app, your responsibility. The point I'm trying to get at is you are not their secretary, their PA, their executive assistant, whatever it may be. You may have been put into that role and you may think it's easier, especially in the early days, and especially if maybe we're not working together, you think that's the way to go about it because you don't want to do anything to rock the boat. Maybe your lawyers told you, the judge is going to want to see that you are, co-parenting. Yeah, anyway. That is not the right advice, okay? You are not their secretary. You are not their executive assistant. That sets a precedent. So they will always defer to you being responsible if things go wrong. If they don't see the notifications or if they can't get into their app and you do not notify them of X, Y, Z that's happening, that's your fault. Now, is that what you want? You can set things up so that can ultimately be the outcome that you get. Or you can leave them to work it out for themselves, just in the same way that you worked it out for yourself because you are both functioning adults, let's say. It's the assumption. Okay, my ex message obsessively, but when we have an urgent matter to deal with, he goes silent. What does that tell you? Intentional behavior, maybe? Maybe they know what the fuck they're doing. They pick and choose. They want to assert control. They want to keep pulling the strings. Yeah? So you are not their secretary. You are not responsible. You are not going to look like a bad parent because you didn't tell them of every fucking event that's happening in the child's life when they have the exact same access as you. Okay, you can get into this fearful space, especially if you're speaking to a lawyer or attorney, of, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to do the wrong thing. But think about this logically. Two equal parents. A judge is not going to look at you and say, why did you not tell them? Why did you not share with them every single thing that happens? What they are going to say is, Mr. Blah, 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 so let's just say the co-parent is a male. Do you have access to this app? Yes or no? Miss blah, 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 do you have access to this app? Yes or no? What is the fucking problem? Why are we here today? Do you see how when we're so close to the situation, we're not seeing the wood for the trees? We don't know our blind spots. Okay, we do not know our blind spots, and we can start getting really confused and really scrambled, especially, as someone said earlier, when your co-parent's blowing up your phone, when they pick and choose to, obviously. But when it's something that's important, it's radio silence. Still pushing those buttons, pulling those strings. Isn't it time? Aren't you sick and tired of that? Don't you want to take your life back and your autonomy and your freedom instead of being in fear? I know it's not an easy thing to do, but it's a very easy decision to make. It's either a yes or a no. Because this will go on if you keep doing these things or not do the things that should be done. This sets a precedent, and not just in terms of how the court sees it, in terms of how your co-parent sees it. Well, last time you did that, so do it now, please. There's no please either. That was just me because I'm, good girl. You did it last time, do it again. No, I'm going to stomp my feet and have my little tantrum until you succumb. And I'm going to grind you down and blow up your phone until you give me what I want. Now, we can live in fear forever and ever, amen. Or we can rise the fuck up and do what's necessary and take action. And I know it's not easy. It's not quick, because it didn't take you 5 minutes to get here. It's not a 5-minute fix. A lot of people want to know how. How do I do this? How do I set boundaries? How? I can tell you the how till the cows come home, and you can read all the books, read all the posts, watch all the videos. It doesn't change anything unless you become the who, until you become the person who sets boundaries with their co-parent, who can do X, Y, Z despite the fear. I'm not saying to be a cold-hearted bitch. You need to have emotions and feelings. We're human. We're women, majority of us. But we need to step into the role. That's why the whole premise of Unshakable came about. Rising the fuck up, despite and regardless of all the things that are happening around you. You can know the how. It's like me knowing the how of how to get abs. I used to have abs. I also used to be a personal trainer in a past life and an accountant. Do I have abs now? No. Do I know how to? Yeah. I sure as hell do. I know what I need to do, and I know what I need to stop doing. Yet I do not have abs yet because I haven't become the person who has abs again. And I want to be. Okay? So I know I need to make some decisions. I need to stop doing certain things, and I need to start doing other certain things in order to get the outcome that I want. So I need to become the person who has abs. I need to sleep well, eat well, hydrate. Maybe do a bit of keto, maybe do a bit of fasting. Start exercising more, strength training, lifting. I know these things, I've got the knowledge. Yet I don't have abs because it's not enough. We have to embody this. We have to become the person who, co-parent saying this, talking shit, doing whatever. Right, I need to be the person who, and step into the role of the person who knows exactly how to handle that situation. That's why you may have done courses, you may have gone to masterclasses, you may have read all the books. Now, unless you have done anything and implemented that into your life, and not just implemented as in tried, integrated it into your day-to-day life and embodied that unshakable as fuck energy. That's just my word. Use whatever word you want to. Nothing will change. Okay? Nothing whatsoever. I know it sounds like I'm a little bit on one, but this is something that I'm very passionate about. It is not about the how, it's about who you are, who you decide to be. Your co-parent thinks you're that shriveled up, weak little person in the corner. Probably how they left you. Now, I don't know how long you've been co-parenting for, whether it's 5 minutes or 5 years. You have that fire within you. Now, the people who get results are the people who do something and tap into that. There are some people who things don't change, unfortunately. Because it's a decision. It's got nothing to do with your co-parent. It's got nothing to do with the system. And it's got everything to do with you. Okay, sorry, I know people are saying things I quit taking my daughter to see his family because it's his responsibility. Yep, absolutely, 100%. How do women in these situations stop letting the self-doubt create so much fear around the abuser's threats and false accusations? Listening to the wrong advice. Listening to the wrong people. In my opinion, how I operate, unless you have what I want, you live the life that I want, and you've been where I've been, I'm not fucking listening to you. That's just my opinion. I do not take advice or mentorship from anyone who isn't where I want to be, who doesn't have what I want. I see something, I want it, I get it, and do what's necessary to go and make it happen. Obviously, there are some complexities to that. There's more to it. There's work to be done. We need to strip those layers back and build ourselves back up. Okay? There's a lot of damage that's been done, but it's not impossible. If it was impossible, I wouldn't even be here. My clients wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't have people coming to me, having these transformations, getting off their meds, getting my co-parent to basically shut the fuck up with their boundaries. Stepping into their power and rising up. But it's not about how. It's not about having the perfect script. It's not about having all the books and having all the knowledge and watching all the videos and, scrolling. That will give you information, which is great. We need information. But what is at the core of this is transformation, becoming that fire. Now, the right person who needs to hear this will hear this. You had a fire within you before all of this. A raging flame. And then it got snuffed out. But it's still there a little bit. Simmering. We need to reignite that. We need to add fuel to that. It's not going to happen on its own. Not everybody has that. All the women that come to me have that. I can see it in them because we're the same. But there's also a lot that don't, and I don't know why, just different people, that's fine. But I know the right person will hear this. You have that flame and that fire. You have things that you want to do still, and you just don't know how. Okay? I feel like I'm, a raging fire right now, but not in a bad way. It's empowering. It's exciting. It gets to be fun. Okay? You may be very similar to me, as in, you have a sense of humor. You can laugh in the darkest of days and not pretend laughter. You can find gratitude in the smallest of things. And you have this thing in you that's like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it because no one's going to stand in my way. I have the power and it's my time. And it's my turn. It's my turn now. So when we know better, we do better. I'm glad this reached you. I know that whoever needed to hear this will hear it and it will reach the ears it needs to hear. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's perfectly fine. But if it does, know I'm speaking deep to you in your heart because this is my heart. And I've been there and I've felt it and I've clawed myself out many, 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 many times. And that's what I help my clients do. When things are well, things are well. When things aren't going so well, we do what we need to do. We implement, we integrate. We become that fire. Then the how doesn't even matter. You just know. So instead of being the good girl people pleaser, which all of them have been, myself included, you become the opposite of that, which is self-assured. You have that confidence within you. And the how just falls into place. And that is stepping into your power and becoming unshakable as fuck and rising up. I could talk about a lot of other things right now, the patriarchy, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go there because I feel like I've gone on too much. But I've said what I needed to say, okay? So if any of this resonated with you and you want to go deeper and you want to rise up and you feel like you need that confidence and that boost and that fire until you can get your own, then I lend you mine. That's what I do with the women that I work with. They borrow mine until they find their own. okay? And it's absolutely possible. But I will just say, if you don't think it's possible and you think nothing can be done because my co-parent is this, I can't help you. There's nothing for me to do with you. I can't help. But if you have the belief and you know deep down that there is more and better and that you can do it, you just need a little hand up that I'm here for it, baby. All right? Light my fire. I've had several coffees, Tanya. I'm fired the fuck up. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. DM me if you want to see what it's like to work with me, to go a bit deeper, to find your fire, to feel the confidence, feel that spark that you had. Yes, there are things that need to happen. You do need some kind of strategies. You do need some tools. You need to actually apply these things into your life to create that space from your co-parent so that you can just go and light your life up. And things are fun on my side of the fence, I tell you that. All right? I'm going to leave you there. You're so very welcome. Love to you. Have a great day, evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you next live. Bye for now.